Oh my god, yes. It has just finished at Eden Park in the opening game of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, and it has finished New Zealand 1, Norway 0, and yes, stupid of me, right? I literally woke up, right, around 10 to 9, and I completely forgot about the first half. Oh, yeah, boys. You know what, right? Apparently, you know what? If I could just make one random comment on the first half, but I'll get onto it in a minute. But yeah, New Zealand have recorded their first ever win at a Women's World Cup, in their own World Cup, and even better, by beating a former world champion in Norway. Wow. Yeah, let's get straight into it. My thoughts. You know what, right? I can't even comment on the first half because I did not know how it went. But yeah, but at the same time, but the second half, wow, what a dramatic second half. Obviously, Hannah Wilkinson getting the goal, and I can tell you what, by the way, guys, the goal, right, was absolutely fantastic. See, it started from a goal kick, from New Zealand goal kick, Bosch, and then a player passed it on, and the other player just went Bosch, squares it inside, Wilkinson, bang, back into the net. And I tell you what, it was a beautiful goal. I loved it. I loved it that much. I even posted it on Twitter, saying, if that goal does not win goal of the tournament, and then I'm sorry, but there's something wrong. Unless there's another beautiful set of goals. But seriously, though, that can't top that. That just can't top. That can't top that beautiful finish there from Hannah Wilkinson. And you know what, right? What I loved was more as well about this game, that for the first time ever, right, you can actually hear what the ref said. Not when, when they look at the screen or something like that, right? But when they say, the decision will be penalty! And that, right? You can actually hear, thankfully, you can actually hear, even the crowd can hear what the referee, if it's he or she gives a penalty or not, or is it just outside the box? You can actually hear what their final decision is. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. We don't get that in the men's game. And I'll tell you what, it was fantastic. I'll tell you what. And by the way, when I turned the TV on downstairs and I see the size of Eden Park, and I was like, wow. And also, by the way, guys, this holds the record attendance, by the way, for a New Zealand game. For a New Zealand game ever. If it's men's or women. 42,000 or something like 42,000 were there. But when New Zealand played Peru in their playoff game to qualify for the 2018 Men's World Cup in Russia, they only held like 32,000. You see, it's just fantastic. The women's game, is rising in crowd numbers. And that is what we love to see. We've seen record-breaking attendances during the Euros last year, including for 2 England games. In the opening game against Austria and the final against Germany at Wembley. It's fantastic to see. It really is. That's what we love to see. This is what we love to see. By the way, guys, even though I don't know much about women's football, I still follow it. I still follow it because for England. But seriously, right, you got to give the massive credit to all the New Zealand fans, and even the Norway fans as well, travelling basically to the other side of the world. To get to New Zealand. By the way, is a long trip. But they've still made up the numbers. New Zealand made up the numbers. And I tell you what, right, if New Zealand played like they did today, played really good like they did today in the next 2 games against New Zealand and against Switzerland and the Philippines, Who knows? New Zealand, they could be the underdogs of this World Cup. They could be the underdogs. The surprise, the fairy tale story. You know, but yeah, my man of the match. I'm gonna give it to Hannah Wilkinson because for what I've seen, she was fantastic. She was absolutely superb. To the attack, the goal. She looked really good in the counter attack, and also, by the way, as well, I am still shocked of how New Zealand not made it to the penalty. And yeah, by the way, the penalty, right? So say, well, the first VAR check, by the way, I think when, you know, her arm was out like that, right? And, you know, when you slide in like that, you know, hang on a minute, right? You know when you slide in like that, right? You know in men's game, you just go like that, and your arm is out. That's in a natural position, so that can't count as a handball. That can't count as a handball. But when your arm is fully out, like what the New Zealand penalty had, right? That counted as a handball. And I'll tell you what, by the way, Norway, you played really bad. They were so poor. They were diabolical. I'll tell you what, Hegerberg, she is a fantastic player, right? But seriously, apparently, you know, when she put her arms out like this in frustration, it frustrated even one of the BBC commentators watching it. You see, this is how much she loves her country. Everyone loves their country, by the way. Obviously, apart from the extravaganza that's been going on in Spain over the last year, the turmoil over in Spain. I think I mentioned the troubles in Spain during the predictions video. But obviously, there's thankfully now, right, all of the controversy surrounding the tournament is actually being relieved by the actions on the pitch. Obviously, I'm not going to mention anything about what happened in Auckland early last night or early this morning over there in New Zealand, but over late last night here in the UK. And by the way, guys, if you look at it, it's nearly in the evening in New Zealand because New Zealand is literally like 11 hours in front of us. But the controversy is obviously Spain, the turmoil, the 15 players not playing for them until their situation has been resolved. Apparently, Jamaica and South Africa have not been supported well financially. Obviously, the island coach, when she was the Houston Dash manager, apparently called players like overweight or players weight or something like that. What? Obviously, Zambia as well, their coach as well, and the under-17s coach. But apparently the Zambia part has been investigated by FIFA. But seriously though, and obviously the Auckland shooting in last night and early this morning. But thank God the game still went ahead. And yeah, guys, obviously, I'm gonna upload this later because I feel like it's the right time. Obviously, I should have been in school, but I should have been in school or whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash the like, subscribe, get your notifications on. New Zealand, Norway fans, comment down below what your thoughts on the game. And yes, I'll be back to see this team right here, Australia's opening game against the Republic of Ireland. So, of course, but before I go as well, Sam Kerr, she's not even starting for Australia, not even on the bench, because she suffered a calf injury in training. Wow. But yeah, thank you for watching this video here, and love, peace, and techers.